I was on a bus with my baby, Naoma. We were going to visit family. The bus was crowded, and I was tired. I fed Naoma and she slept. I slept too. When I woke up, Naoma was gone. I looked everywhere on the bus, but she wasn't there. The other passengers helped me search, but we couldn't find her. The driver said we hadn't stopped, so she couldn't have gotten off. Some people whispered about a mythical creature called Abiku that steals babies. I didn't believe it, but now I'm scared. Naoma was never found. I was devastated. I searched every bus station, every hospital, every police station, but no one had seen Naoma. I was alone, crying and desperate. Days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. I just thought about Naoma all the time. Some people said they saw a woman with a baby that looked like Naoma, but every time I went to investigate, it wasn't her. I was losing hope. One night I had a dream. I saw Naoma and she was calling me. I followed her voice and it led me to a small village. I woke up and I knew I had to go there. I packed my bags and went to the village. When I arrived, I saw a woman with a baby that looked like Naoma. My heart skipped a beat. Was it really her? As I approached the woman, my heart racing, she looked up and smiled. It was Naoma. I grabbed her and held her tight, tears of joy streaming down my face. I couldn't believe it. My baby was back. The woman told me she had found Naoma on the bus and had been taking care of her. I was grateful, but I couldn't understand why she hadn't tried to find me. As we hugged, I felt a strange sensation. The woman's smile seemed to fade, and her eyes turned cold. She whispered, "Abiku doesn't forget." Suddenly, everything went black. When I woke up, Naoma was gone again. Was it just a dream? Or was Abiku real? I'll never know for sure. But one thing's certain. I'll never let Naoma out of my sight again. I searched the village again, desperate to find Naoma. I asked everyone if they had seen her, but no one had any information. I was heartbroken. As I walked through the village, I stumbled upon an old wise woman. She listened to my story and nodded sympathetically. "Abiku is a spirit that takes babies," she said. "But there's a way to protect your child." She gave me a small charm and told me to keep it with Naoma always. I didn't know if I believed in spirits, but I was willing to try anything. I continued my search, determined to find my baby. And then, I heard a faint cry. I followed the cry and found Naoma in a nearby hut. She was lying on a mat, surrounded by strange symbols and herbs. The old wise woman was sitting beside her, chanting softly. As I rushed to hug Naoma, the wish woman stopped me. "Abiku's power is strong," she warned. "You must perform a ritual to keep her safe." I agreed, desperate to protect my child. Together, we performed the ritual, chanting and burning incense.
As we finished, Naoma smiled and reached for me. In that moment, I felt a sense of peace. As I looked into Naoma's eyes, I saw something that chilled me, a fleeting glimpse of something ancient and otherworldly. For a moment, I wondered if Abiku's influence was still present. The wise woman noticed my concern and nodded knowingly. "The ritual has protected Naoma for now," she said, "but you must remain vigilant." I took Naoma home, determined to keep her safe. As we settled into our routine, I couldn't shake the feeling that Abiku was still watching, waiting for its chance to strike. One night, as I rocked Naoma to sleep, I heard a faint whisper in my ear. "Abiku will return." Was my baby truly mine, or was she somehow connected to the spirit world? As the days passed, Naoma seemed different. She would smile and laugh, but sometimes her eyes would glaze over. "Abiku's power is ancient and strong," she said, and she'd stare into space. I'd catch her talking to herself in a language I didn't understand. I began to wonder if Abiku's influence was still affecting her. The whisper seemed to come from all around me, echoing in my mind. I spun around, but there was no one there. One night, I decided to consult the wise woman again. She listened to my concerns and nodded gravely. I tried to shake off the feeling, but it lingered. The wise woman's eyes seemed to bore into my soul as she spoke. But there is a way to know for sure if Naoma is still under its influence. She told me to perform a simple test at midnight. When the moon was high, I was skeptical, but desperation drove me to try anything. I should take Naoma to a crossroads and call out too. As we stood at the crossroads, I called out into the darkness, "Abiku, if you're there, show yourself." The wind rustled through the trees, and Naoma's eyes locked onto something in the distance. Suddenly, she began to cry, a low, mournful wail that sent shivers down my spine. I felt a presence around us, as if the air itself was watching, and then, I saw it, a figure in the shadows, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light, Abiku, its presence filling the air with an eerie energy. The figure began to move closer. I felt a surge of fear, but I stood frozen, unsure what to do. The figure loomed over us, its eyes burning with an intense, ancient power, and then, in a voice that was almost a whisper, "No," I said, my voice firm. Abiku spoke, "She is mine." I felt a desperate determination rise up in me. Abiku's gaze seemed to bore into my soul, and for a moment, she would respond. At midnight, I took Naoma to the crossroads, my heart pounding as Abiku drew closer. Naoma's crying grew louder. "Naoma is my child, and I will protect her." I thought I saw a glimmer of something like respect, and then, in an instant, the figure vanished. As I held Naoma close, I felt a sense of peace wash over me. The ordeal was over, and my child was safe. I looked up at the stars, grateful for the wise woman's guidance and the ritual's power. From that day on, Naoma thrived. She grew strong and healthy, her laughter filling our home. I never forgot the lessons I learned, the power of tradition, the importance of community, and the depth of a mother's love. And though Abiku's presence still lingered in my mind, I knew that my love and devotion had protected my child. Naoma was mine, and I would cherish her forever. The end. Please subscribe to this channel for more stories. Like and share this story with your loved ones.